field as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. And he's brought down after a very nice game. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10.
We got 3. We are going. We got 3.
Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Shotgun for Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
And he better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Rodgers going to go on 4th down. Caught right side, Davis. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 27 yards, a big play there on 4th. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short. Shotgun now for Rodgers. The quick slant caught, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
36. Lock in. Yep.
They'll run with a 3rd-year man. This is Tariq Cohen. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On 2nd down, it's Cohen. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with 3rd down looming. Trubisky now to throw on 3rd down. And Robinson with a big catch. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Well, forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
On 3rd down, it's very simple. Make sure you get beyond the sticks, make the catch, pick up the first down. But in this case, he turned it into bonus time and was off to the races for a monster play.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Switch.
1st down, a run with Cohen. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Packers' 32-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Trubisky to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown, Bears. Allen Robinson, 32 yards. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. Extra point up and through. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field.
Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
On second down, it's Jones. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. 7-7, our score after 1. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football. They're looking at a 3rd and 6 here to start things out. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. It's a quick turnaround for them after the turnover, but the way they moved it on their last drive, they're probably eager to get right back at it.
And you know me and you know my tendencies in this situation. What do I want right now?
Be aggressive.
Be aggressive. Take your shot right here.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Packers' 25-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And this is incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now Trubisky to throw. He's got his tight end, Burton. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Put up! Lady! You better be afraid of me! You better go!
Now Trubisky. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. From 6 yards away. And the Bears have taken the lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball out of the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field.
That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Here's Grant, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Here's Rodgers. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Rodgers now on 1st down. Caught on the right side by Jones. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Rodgers now to throw. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Rodgers now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. That's caught by Geronimo Allison. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. A reminder coming up at halftime, it's the season debut of the coach, Jonathan Coachman, in Orlando as we look ahead to all the action coming up this opening weekend. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. Now, their last 2 drives, both ending in touchdowns. It's got them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap. Allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
That big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here, they're trying to make it 3 in a row. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now it's Trubisky. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Dean Lowry just creating a disaster there for the offense as that one goes 16 yards in the wrong direction. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long. Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Akeem Hicks at 6'5", 332 finds his way home for the sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15.
Hey, team 6.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get to field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
We got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Going to take over 1st and 10 at their own 10-yard line.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10.
Hey, let's go. I got it.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the 2nd half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start the 3rd quarter with a run by Cohen. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Josh Jackson, the former Iowa Hawkeye, made the play defensively.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Trubisky. And Miller with it over the middle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Go! 180!
They'll run on first down. It's Cohen. Oh, spinning away. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. A gain of 3, second down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing here, Trubisky. This one out left to the tight end, Burton. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. And he's going to be sacked back on his side of the field at the 44. Zadarius Smith. And it'll be a turnover on downs. On first down, it's Grant. The all-pro in 2 positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
319. What's the run? They're running it. Put us 50. Hey, you block over here. 5. It's our time. It's our time. 58 for Mike. 58 get
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 16 yards, a first down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. But there's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Rodgers now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10. Once again from the 28. They will run with Grant. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult 3rd down call now.
The Packers on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. That's sacked by Khalil Mack. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Down here in the third quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Alert, 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 alert. Shit. Red, back.
Again, it's Cohen. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. That one covers 29 yards, first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Now Trubisky on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Back now at Soldier Field. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4. Rodgers, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks last year. That's the most he's had in one season in his entire career, and he's going to need another one right now. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. The inside linebacker, Danny Trevathan, gets the sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Rodgers going to throw. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Khalil Mack able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That's taken at around the 40. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They'll start with a give to Cohen. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides.
Alert, 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 alert. Move, move. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
They'll try to run for it with Cohen. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Bring it. 258.
Rodgers now on 1st down. The left side completion to Jones. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
First down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards, the final tally.
First down, Green Bay.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 1st down, Rodgers. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Khalil Mack bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. Back to throw. And an alley to run. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on 1st down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off, not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on 3rd down, makes it manageable now.
They'll look to throw to Valdez-Scantling over the middle. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a 1st down.
First down, Packers.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And an alley to run. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the 1st down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
Go. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Go, Mike 51. Mike 51.
Back to throw. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Throwing now is Trubisky. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
3 down. Mark 38.
Trubisky to throw. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
Trying to lay one up deep. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 18. Ha-ha Clinton-Dix, of course, a former Green Bay Packer there on the stop. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
We play to win. Let's go.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. First throw in overtime now for Trubisky. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. As a fan of the NFL, for an opener, you can't ask for much more than this overtime in Week 1.
I know it's hard to believe that some people may not have been watching our game, but I'll bet through social media they found out this one was snug and getting into overtime, and they flipped over here in a hurry. This is fantastic. If you're a fan of ball, you love these types of games.
Here's Trubisky to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say when you throw an interception like that in overtime? You don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face. Good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5. Working from the gun, Rodgers. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 6. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Overtime with less than 2 minutes to play, and we are still all tied. Oh, so close but incomplete. Could have been a big turnover in overtime if he'd held on. Instead, though, it's 4th down. A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down. Rodgers going to go on 4th down. And able to find Graham, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a 1st down.
Let's go.
They'll run on 1st down. Grant. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They go back to Grant. And an alley to run. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one,